Hello, everybody. If you're here to get scared, you're in the right place. Pretty much, it's Halloween season. I'm thinking about why not? Let's react to some urban legends that turned out to be true. Now, keep in mind, again, this is a reaction, so I will be pausing the video. If you don't like that, fair play. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Disclaimer, that's what I'm gonna be doing. I don't know where to look, man. This is my first video. And it's weird because, like, the camera, it's like, yeah, you moved out. I don't know. It's weird looking at yourself. Who would have thought? It's weird looking at yourself, bro. Anyways, enough talking. Let's get to the video.
West Hobart Haunted House. West Hobart is an inner city suburb located in Tasmania, Australia.
Listen. I know that I just said let's get into the video and it's 7 seconds in and I stopped the video. But I have something important to say. Now, what was I going to say? No, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm sorry. I'll edit it out.
Over the years, dozens of allegations of supposed hauntings, ghost apparitions, and other paranormal activity have been made by tourists and residents of West Hobart. And it's honestly not too hard to see why, as West Hobart is a pretty old town with a generally creepy vibe. As is usually the case, most of these stories have either turned out to be fake, or the people making the allegations didn't have enough evidence to support their claims, which...
So you're telling me there's a town with I don't know how many rumors and whatnot, and you're saying like there's gotta be some suspicion, realistically, right? There's gotta be some suspicion. If there's gonna be a town with I don't know how many rumors, there's gonna be some suspicion. And I'm just thinking, what the fuck? Why is my hair so bad? Like, this is important, bro. This is important. I'm sorry. I need to fix my hair. My hair is messy. And why is my hair not cooperating, bro? Ugh. You know, earlier today, I don't know why I just went back. I'm sorry, guys. But earlier today, I was told that my hair is very damaged. I don't think it's that damaged. Is it that damaged? I'm going back. You're at 31, right? Yeah, I remember that. Oh. Sorry, guys. Fuck. Sorry, my stream. My OBS was on that monitor. I have 2 monitors, one over here, one over here. I put my OBS on this monitor so I can watch you guys and watch the thing at the same time. And I accidentally put my I don't even want to explain it. Let's just get on with the video. I accidentally put my monitor here, and not my monitor, the fucking OBS whatever here. And then I pressed full screen and now I can't see the OBS thing. Done. We don't... Yeah. It actually might be way too big, to be fair. I ain't even... Am I taking too much of the screen, guys? I'm sorry. Takes more of the screen up. Like... That's good, right? Yeah.
Which makes it almost entirely likely that they're hoaxes. But as it turns out, at least one of these stories actually has some amount of truth to it. Okay. Back in the late 80s and mid 90s, rumors started spreading of a house in West Hobart that was apparently so haunted it drove its residents insane. At first, the rumors created a huge buzz all over town, with the locals doing everything possible to stay far away from the alleged haunted house.
55 seconds in, bro. Sorry. I remembered what I was gonna say. What I was gonna say is pretty much, I get scared. Okay. One of the main things with me is like the paranormal. Because realistically, let's say I meet a ghost, right? Standing up for this shit because it's important. Ugh. How do you... Okay, this is why I'm scared of the paranormal. Let's say you see a ghost. Realistically, it's weird because I'm looking at myself in the mirror now and I'm creeping myself out. This is why I don't watch horror videos, because I creep myself out, you know what I'm saying? But let's say there's a ghost, right? And then I'm like, yeah, what's up? Bow. Bow. My hand goes through the ghost. What am I supposed to do if I hit the ghost and my hand goes through the ghost? It's raps. And that's not even the main thing. That's not even the main thing. Let me just put this down. Ba, ba, ba. That's way too far down. Okay, that's not even the main thing. What if I die? Okay, I die, whatever, right? I die, whatever. But then I become a ghost. Now I gotta learn ghost mechanics. Okay, ghost mechanics on how to become a ghost while this 400-year-old ghost beats the fuck out of me for I don't know how many years. Okay, and now I'm just like, It's raps. Get Hello Kitty in here. I need Hello Kitty. Where the... that probably sounds mad if you just like if you just turn off the the no video. That probably sounds mad. I'm sorry guys, I gotta get Hello Kitty in here. This is probably so annoying to you. I'm not editing this out, I can't lie. It's my first video. I CBA editing. I will edit in the future. Probably, yeah, I will edit in the future. If I continue to do this shit, I will. You'll see. Realistically, you will see if I continue to do this shit. Because you'll see more videos. If I upload another video, that means that I'm probably going to do this shit. And if I upload like 10 videos, I'm doing this shit. Why is this so hard to... Boy. Boom. Simples. Simples. Let's get back into the video. 55 seconds in. How long is this recording, bro? It's been 7 minutes? I want to apologize. I will continue playing the video. I'm so sorry.
It wasn't
You guys
until
are
months
so
later that the
frustrated
authorities
already.
got
You
involved
don't even
and
know
finally
me.
got a clear picture of the situation. While it was true that the house's residents appeared to be going insane, it didn't have anything to do with paranormal activity, but with the fact that a datura vine had been growing through the trees directly above the home and dropping leaves into the family's rainwater tank. For a long time, the family had been inadvertently consuming microdoses of the plant every single day, which made them slowly but surely start to lose their sanity as they sank further and further into delirium. In case you've never heard of it, datura is a species of plant within the nightshade family.
Okay, realistically, when would we have heard of a datura plant unless you're like a botanist, or you're like a herbalist or something? Like, when would we have heard of that? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, sorry.
In case you've never heard of it, datura is a species of plant within the nightshade family, also known as Jimson weed, the devil's weed, or devil's trumpet.
What names are those, bro? I'm good. You didn't need to say it 3 times. I'm good, bro. Judging by the name, I'm guessing it's pretty bad.
And you'll see why in a second.
Or good.
Even though the plant itself looks pretty harmless, it's known for having extremely powerful hallucinogenic properties, which is why it was used for centuries by Native American tribes in coming-of-age rituals and other important ceremonies.
You telling me that Native Americans were just getting high? Okay. Respect. Or not. Or maybe yes. It's a yes. Sorry.
The Aztecs also used datura as a painkiller in certain rituals, namely in ritual sacrifices, and it's also commonly used as an ingredient in the ritual of zombification.
Excuse me? Sorry. Whoa. Rituals. Well, to be fair, the name doesn't help it. You know what I'm saying? The name does not help it. I don't even want to say, what if my room gets cursed, bro? I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
In the Haitian voodoo religion, where it's referred to as the devil's cucumber.
Why?
As you
Why?
can probably tell
Why?
by now, Datura isn't your typical recreative hallucinogen, and there's a reason why it's really only ever used in hardcore spiritual rituals and ceremonies, and sometimes by not
Pigmenting.
why it's really only ever used in hardcore spiritual rituals.
They have masks on, bro. They have masks on. Nah, man.
And ceremonies, and sometimes by naive people who have no idea what they're getting themselves into.
Crazy.
In low to medium doses, Datura causes extremely distressing, delirious experiences, and in higher doses, it can lead to
Just some random flamingo. Okay, I'll stop. I love the moon, by the way. The moon's fucking beautiful. I'm such a I'm a simp. I simp. Oh, sorry guys. I simp for the moon. Yeah.
isolation. He went to extreme lengths to preserve his privacy. He never lit fires, only moved at night, and hadn't had any kind of communication with the rest of society for more than half of his life. He'd never driven a car, sent an email, or even known what the internet was until his arrest. Interestingly, as the cops dug deeper and deeper into his story, they realized that his only real possessions were his glasses, which he had been wearing for 30 years and could even be seen in his Lawrence High School yearbook picture from 1984.
Okay.
Everything else, down to his underwear and jacket, had been stolen. After the investigation, Knight was sentenced to 7 months in prison, after which he once again disappeared.
Bro
According
just
to the cops,
disappeared.
he's now living a quiet, peaceful life in rural Maine.
Okay.
Purple a key.
Did I just
Throughout the late 1980s and
Did I just skip accidentally? Oh. I'm so sorry. I'm so bad at this. I'm so sorry. Okay, let me What happened was my lighter fell onto So what happened was something fell onto my keyboard which made that sound, and I pretty much skipped all the way here, and I was so confused because I'm an idiot. I didn't realize until like 30 seconds after it started playing, and yeah. Anyways, War Thunder. Yeah, I love that game.
Before we move on, I wanted to take a minute to talk about War Thunder, the sponsor of this video. As of recent,
I thought it was an actual like story called War Thunder, but it wasn't. It was actually the game. That's crazy.
I've had a growing interest in history, specifically World War I and II, so when War Thunder reached out, it was perfect.
Yeah.
War Thunder is an immersive, large-scale, realistic multiplayer action game where you take control of ground vehicles, aircraft, and naval vessels at locations all around the world. It's completely free to play. You get in on it now.
Look, realistically, everyone knows what War Thunder is. Okay, if a lot of people know what War Thunder is. Really, like if you're into that type of thing, you'll know what it is. So, you know what I'm saying? W War Thunder though. I don't want this video to get taken down. I don't know how reactions work. Like if I just react to this video and then I skip the sponsor and then they just take it down, I'm just gonna be like, damn. Big sad. Alright. Let's go.
Cropsey.
Cropsey.
If you were to somehow go back to the 70s and spend some time in Staten Island, it probably wouldn't...
Does this starting thing not already look like a horror-esque thing? You know what I'm saying?
take you long to hear about an urban legend of a man named Cropsey. As the story went, Cropsey was a serial kidnapper and killer who lost his son and resorted to stealing other people's children to deal with his grief. According to the legend, Cropsey also had a hook for a hand, scars, burns, and open wounds covering his entire face and body, and a generally horrifying appearance. Considering the mass areas of uninhabited woodlands, it's not all that unexpected that a tale like the legend of Cropsey would make it into the mainstream culture at some point.
Urban legends that turned out to be true. Let me move my webcam for a sec. Urban legends that turned out to be true. You're saying there's some random Donnie, some random guy with a hand hook, burn marks on his face, kidnapping children, fam? Because he lost his kids? Oh, no, that's weird. That's weird, that's weird, that's weird, that's weird, that's weird, that's weird. Okay. Okay. Let's continue the video. I'm such a pussy, bro. I'm legit gonna get like, no, I don't even want to think about it. Let's go.
Unfortunately, this wasn't just a
Halloween.
tall tale made up by Staten Island parents to keep their kids from venturing too far into the woods and getting lost.
I'm sorry, I'm getting creeped out already. Hey, get that picture off of that pause face, okay? I'm like starting to feel stuff that I'm not supposed to, like, you know what I'm saying, that I wouldn't be feeling. My mind is playing tricks on me and shit. I'm gonna have like one like ear like that because I do not trust myself. I do not trust this room. This room's spooky as hell. Bro, like realistically, I'm actually getting pretty creeped out. Like the thing is, it's urban legends that turned out to be true. That means it actually. I'm hoping there's just like a misunderstanding or something. But if it's an actual, nah, I don't even want to think about it.
Made up by Staten Island parents to keep their kids from venturing too far into the woods and getting lost. Although the legend has some obviously made-up elements such as the hooked hand and the horrifying scars and burns, at some point in the early 70s, children in Staten Island really did start disappearing. That's when the line between legend and reality started to blur, and the story of the real Cropsey immediately replaced the urban legend. This is the real story. Andre Rand was a man from Manhattan who was born in 1944 and moved to Staten Island in the late 60s. After working for 2 years at the infamously brutal Willowbrook State School for Children with Disabilities, Rand was arrested in 1969 and served over a year in prison for the attempted attack of a 9-year-old girl. As soon as he was released 16 months later, reports started cropping up of more little girls disappearing all over Staten Island, including 5-year-old Alice Pereira, who was playing in her building's lobby when she suddenly disappeared without a trace. Over the next decade, Rand was the prime suspect in the disappearances and deaths of several other young girls in the area. But it wasn't until 1983...
Okay, realistically, this in itself is a creepy ass photo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what type of... I don't mean to be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? But... yeah, I'm good.
when he picked up 11 kids from a local YMCA and brought them fast food before taking them to the airport, that he was finally arrested and sentenced to 10 months in prison again.
10 months? 10 months for 11 children? Bro had connections with somebody, bro. Like, if you... bro had to have some sort of connection with I don't know who. Or like... to be fair, like even if you when you watch like To Catch a Predator and stuff, their sentences be light as hell. Like a lot of them. Okay. I don't know. I feel like obviously a lot of systems, justice system, blah blah blah. A lot of things are flawed, but fuck. I'm already messing up my CPM by swearing. I don't care. But realistically, back to the video, this shit is fucking whack, bro. I don't even know about it. I don't want to know about it. This is crazy.
Throughout the 70s and 80s, dozens of young kids disappeared in Staten Island, and although Rand was often the last person to be seen with them, there was ultimately never enough evidence to put him away for a long time.
Yo, this guy was smart though. There's not, like, every single time he just fucking erases the evidence somehow. But I'm pretty sure the cops are like 90% sure it's him. Or like 95 or 99% sure it's him. They just can't get the evidence. That's so fucked. But that's also good because of the false accusations and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or like, for example, when like, let's say there's like been a misunderstanding. You do something, like, let's say someone else does something illegal. And then you do something, you were like at the scene and everyone misunderstands it's you, but it's not actually you. In that sense, it's very good. But in another sense, a lot of people be getting away with a lot of shit. And, you know what I'm saying? That's just the justice system. That's just the like, damn.
For many years, he would often be seen hanging around young kids, going on walks with them, and even taking them to lunch and dinner with him in local...
It's always like the older times, you know? It's always... Nah, that's cap. That's cap. The newer times is just like less talked about, but yeah.
Restaurants. After
you
years
hear
of
about
letting
the
him
older
walk the streets
times.
as a free man.
Sorry, but you hear about the older times more because they've been more well documented than the newer times. But it's still happening. Realistically, it's still happening, and it's disgusting. And unfortunately, it's like I don't even know. Let's just watch the
police
video.
would finally have a breakthrough in the case in 1987 when they found undeniable evidence that Rand had been behind the disappearance and murder of Jennifer Schweiger, a 12-year-old girl with Down syndrome.
Oh, that was the girl with the missing photo. Look, here she doesn't look like... She looks sweet here. But in this photo... In that photo, they must have edited that photo. Where am I? 632. Look at this photo. It's creepy, bro. You know what I'm saying? With like, yeah, but now I feel really bad. now I feel really bad. Because it's black and white. Black and white photos are just creepy in general. Or they can be aesthetic as hell. But anyways, yeah.
In 1988, he was sentenced to 25 years to life, and while he was behind bars, more and more evidence was found that tied him to several other disappearances in Staten Island in the 70s and 80s. Unfortunately, he was only charged with one additional major crime in 2004, which was the kidnapping of Holly Ann Hughes, thanks to which he will spend the next 13 years behind bars until 2037. If he lives...
Kidnap. Bro, this guy has not spent enough time behind bars. Okay? 13, you gotta up the sentence. 1, so many repeated offenses. 2, it's the kidnapping of a 7-year-old. Like, you know? Oh my goodness.
that long, he'll be 93 by the time he gets out. The Maine Hermit. The Kennebec Valley is one of the most beautiful regions in Maine, with over 5,000 square miles of forests, rolling hills, and natural paradise surrounding the Kennebec River. Many cabin owners of the North Pond area in the Kennebec Valley have described the area as the most peaceful place on Earth. But it hasn't always been that way. All throughout the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, there were reports of over 1,000 break-ins in the North Pond cabins. For decades, nobody knew who was responsible for the thefts, especially since they were always carried out when there was no one home. As the cabin owners soon noticed, the break-ins seemed to follow a pattern, always peaking in the days before Memorial Day and after Labor Day. As for the stolen items themselves, they ranged from food, to cooking utensils, to books, to propane tanks, to toiletries of all kinds.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, but... what is happening? That's gonna have to do. That's gonna have to do. Sorry, whenever I wear headphones, my hair becomes terrible, and I don't know what to do with my hair. So, yeah. Big man. It's just very irritating, okay? I know this is such a first world problem, but it's so irritating. Like, bro, just work. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's happening? I'm sorry, main hermit. Bros breaking in and stuff. Let's get to it. Let's not get to it. Let's really not get to it. Okay, let's get to it now.
In the absence of a concrete suspect, the locals eventually named the thief the North Pond Hermit, even though by this point there was nothing to suggest the break-ins were being carried out by a single person. Although it wasn't uncommon for groups of homeowners to venture out into the woods to try to find the North Pond Hermit, they never found a trace, which only added to the legend's mystery. One afternoon in 2002, 100 people attended a North Pond homeowners meeting, and when someone asked how many of them had suffered break-ins, almost all of them raised their hands.
Suspicious.
As you can probably guess, the North Pond Hermit quickly turned into somewhat of a boogeyman, with the legend frequently being shared over campfires in the area. For years, nobody thought that the person or people behind the break-ins would ever be found. But in April 2013, a man named Christopher Thomas Knight was arrested in the middle of the woods in the North Pond area by an officer who had made it his sole mission to bring the thief to justice. As soon as he was brought to the police station, the cops asked him why he wasn't answering any of their questions. At first, it seemed as though he was having trouble speaking, but eventually he responded that he was ashamed of himself. As it was later revealed, Christopher had been living out in the middle of the woods by himself in an unheated nylon tent, surviving only on the things he stole from nearby North Pond cabins.
Damn.
Shockingly, he had survived winter temperatures of 20 degrees below zero for years and hadn't been to a doctor or taken any medicine for 3 decades. What's most incredible about the hermit's story is that for the entire time he lived in the woods, he didn't have a single conversation with another human being, except for one time when he ran into a hiker and only said hi. Understandably, Chris had lost interest in keeping track of time, so when he was asked how long he had been in the woods by himself, he replied, since the Chernobyl nuclear meltdown, which took place in 1986. As investigators later found out, he was 20 years old when he decided to become a hermit, just a couple of years after high school, although he never gave the authorities a real...
Wow. Wow. 30 years without any conversation at all, and only surviving off of like things they stole. Bro wasn't the main hermit, bro. He was the main bandit, who was also a hermit. So yeah. Also a hermit, yeah. Okay, look. Bro was pretty much like... I've been playing a lot of Skyrim recently. Thieves Guild. Bro was pretty much in the Thieves Guild. Without the guild. Bro was a thief. Which was he? I don't know where I was going with this. Let's just play the video. But no, let's not play the video, because that's crazy. 30 years? 30 years without anything. Like, I don't know, it's just mind-baffling, but I think he would have like very interesting like life experiences and stuff. I'd be interested to hear his story and everything. It fascinates me. At least he didn't do anything too like bad. Like, yeah, he stole stuff from campers, but that ain't as bad as some of the stuff on here. Like the previous dude, what was this guy? Yeah, weird Donnie, bro. Weird guy. I cannot lie.
Real reason why he decided to disappear. In all his years of isolation, he went to extreme lengths to preserve his privacy. He never lit fires, only moved at night, and hadn't had any kind of communication with the rest of society for more than half of his life. He'd never driven a car, sent an email, or even known what the internet was until his arrest. Interestingly, as the cops dug deeper and deeper into his story, they realized that his only real possessions were his glasses, which he had been wearing for 30 years, else down to his underwear and jacket. Cool yearbook picture from 1984.
Oh, yeah.
Everything
That's
else
crazy.
down to his underwear and jacket had been stolen. After the investigation,
Damn.
Knight was sentenced to 7 months in...
So pretty much, this was survival, bro. He was just trying to survive on, like, he didn't know what... Damn. He was just trying to survive. His jacket got stolen. What else got stolen? Some other thing. I think it was his like trousers, maybe.
Jacket had been a picture from 1984. Everything else, down to his underwear and jacket, had been stolen.
Bro, someone stole his underwear, fam. Like, ultimately, if someone's gonna steal my underwear, bro, bro, he just started a villain arc. Bro. He was pissed. He was just like, nah, can't be doing that, fam. I'm like, yeah, fine, fair play. Like, if someone steals your underwear, bro, that's gonna change a man's soul for real. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, shit,
After the investigation, Knight was sentenced to 7 months in prison, after which he once again disappeared. According to the cops, he's now living a quiet, peaceful life in rural Maine.
Fair play.
Purple Aki. Throughout the late 1980s and 90s, rumors of a massive bodybuilder called Purple Aki began to surface in the northwest of England. According to the allegations, Purple Aki would supposedly walk the streets of Liverpool hunting down young muscular men and rugby players and oddly ask them if he would let them feel their muscles. If they complied, he would allegedly squeeze their muscles for much longer than was considered socially acceptable and would then ask them to perform squats so he could feel their quad muscles. Some teenagers reported that Purple Aki even went as far as to ask them to pose for him, and often offered exercise and nutrition advice for those who gave him the time.
Oh, nah.
Because the rumors were so incredibly ridiculous, nobody really took them too seriously at first, and eventually the story of Purple Aki turned into an urban legend, with crazy details being gradually added to the tale, including one where Purple Aki would allegedly swallow teenagers whole if they let him feel their muscles.
Nah, man. Sorry, but no, England's weird. England's got some weird people, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. England's got so. It's like, think about New York interactions, but like legit, almost any city in England has them as well. I can't lie. Just at a very more toned down scale. You know what I'm saying? It's like a more toned down scale, but you get some interesting people here. I'm not even... But yeah. And also the fight. Swallowing people whole. That's some shit some fucking teenagers made up for like some uni students or something. But yeah. I've had weird... Look, okay. I live in England. I'm gonna say it. I've had some weird experiences in England. Okay, I've had much weirder experiences than that. That's like lower level. That's low level English weirdness. You know what I'm saying? Because you can get some weird stuff over here. Nah, weird people, man.
But as time went on, it became clear that Purple Aki wasn't just a made-up character created by bored teenagers looking to get some laugh from their friends, but a real person named Akinwul Arobic. Aki was often seen traveling across England by train carrying a plastic bag and asking young men if he could feel their muscles. Naturally, this made a lot of people uncomfortable, and it wasn't uncommon for Aki's face to be featured in local newspapers after several encounters with the law. Most of the accusations against him were related to his creepy behavior around teenage boys, but around 1986, the story of Purple Aki took a really dark turn. Early that year, 16-year-old Gary Keller was walking home from school when he ran into Purple Aki, who immediately asked to feel his muscles. Freaked out by the weird request, Gary said no and ran away. Later that same year, Aki followed Gary to a local outdoor swimming pool, and when the teenager noticed, he ran to New Brighton train station and jumped onto the railroad tracks to get away from Aki.
No!
Sadly, the story ended in tragedy, as Gary was accidentally electrocuted by one of the rails. Considering the whole thing happened because Gary was being chased, Purple Aki was convicted of involuntary manslaughter, charged with harassing 14 different teenage boys, and sentenced to 2.5 years in prison. In 1988, Aki filed an appeal and complained that the only reason he had been convicted was because he was black. Ultimately,
nah, man. You're 6'5", motherfucker, trying to touch some random teenage kid. Teenage kid ran away from you. Went onto the tracks, died. Yeah, man, I can't lie. there's consequences in everything you do. You gotta take responsibility, bro. But how are you gonna like say the only reason you got charged was because you black, bro? You gotta take like someone died, bro. How is it not on your mental that someone died because they were running away from you? At that point, you just gotta stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. Okay. I said it was low-level English weirdness. Like, touching like asking to touch someone's muscles. That's low-level English weirdness. But because of the context, I'd say it's pretty high now. Fuck. I hope that kid rests in peace. Like, actually, like, it's just. Oh, man, the family must have been devastated. Oh, I don't know, man. Alright, let's go.
Finally, the judges agreed there wasn't enough evidence to prove a key had been directly responsible for Gary's.
Just for like, you know what I'm saying? Just for like a note. I understand there's prejudice against like many different like races, disabilities, and everything. I completely understand that. So just wanted to let that out there, in case someone like interpreted what I was saying wrong. I acknowledge it.
Death, and believe it or not, he was freed and awarded £35,000 in compensation. Between 1988 and 2006, Aki went in and out of jail for failing to resist his compulsion to touch, feel, and measure other people's muscles. And in 2003, he was arrested for an additional 15 charges of harassment and witness intimidation, for which he was sentenced to 6 years in prison. Just like any other predator, he was also forbidden from waiting outside schools in the area.
Yeah.
A few months later, he was jailed for 15 months for getting up to his same antics. Upon his release, he was once again arrested a few weeks later in 2010 and then again in 2015. After his latest release, he reportedly moved to Leeds, where rumors started cropping up that he had passed away during the pandemic. However, those rumors were put to rest when videos started surfacing in 2023 of Aki walking the streets of Leeds asking random dudes to, you guessed it, feel their muscles. As of today, Purple Aki is alive and well, and will probably continue in his same behavior with or without permission for many years to come.
Dang. Bro, still doing it.
Leiloyan.
Hope I don't run into him.
According to a Swiss urban legend,
I'm
people
fine.
have allegedly been
I can't
running
lie,
into a
I'm fine,
mysterious
like-
human-like figure in the Fribourg forest in the western part of the country near the town of Mals since the early 2000s.
I hurt my shoulder while
Based on the
dancing
dozens
earlier.
of allegations that
It's
surfaced over
not
the
nice.
years, the figure has been described as being around 6 feet tall and always wearing a vintage-looking gas mask covering his entire face, a boiler suit, and a cloak. Most people who supposedly ran into the
That's just your average, like, 4chan user, bro. I can't lie. No. No, I'm messing. I'm not messing. I'm messing.
figure reported he
Yo,
or
I'm
she
scared of 4chan, bro. I'm so scared of 4chan. I'm not. 4chan's a scary place. The stuff that they can find out is like Rainbow level. No, it's worse than Rainbow. It's worse than Rainbow level.
was completely harmless, but this didn't make the encounters any less terrifying, and it wasn't uncommon for people to report the figure to the police when their children reported feeling scared.
Yeah.
As expected, it didn't take local residents long to start adding their own crazy twist to the story, with some claiming that the creature was the ghost of a mentally unstable soldier, while other popular theories assured it was an alien. For a while, the story was classified as an urban legend, and the mysterious humanoid was given the name Leiloyan, also known as the Ghost or the Hermit of Mals. Throughout the early 2000s, Leiloyan was
Why humans gotta make everything creepy, man? Like,
mostly the subject of local oral legend because there was no real evidence to support its existence. But in 2013, the story gained international attention when the Swiss/French newspaper Les Matins published the first ever photograph of Leiloyan, which was sent in by a hiker. After the photograph was published, there was no turning back, as people from all over the country started to make trips to the woods outside Mals for a chance to catch a glimpse of Leiloyan. The last known sighting of Leiloyan took place in June 2013 when a local woman named Marianne Desclous saw the figure clutching a bunch of flowers as she was walking outside. Later that year,
I bet it's just some random dude in a suit. Bro likes the suit, wears it out, cause why not? and just chills. You know what I'm saying?
Loyan's clothes were found in the middle of the woods along with a wooden note titled "The Death Certificate and Will of the Ghost des Moles." In the
He's playing into it. He playing into it. I respect
letter,
that.
Lei Loyan accused the media of having murdered a harmless being by revealing its existence and turning him into a circus freak.
Nah.
The letter also mentioned that due to the unwanted attention, Lei Loyan had to abandon its daily walks, which were referred to as happiness therapy in the letter. After the cryptic note was published in the newspaper, many people concluded that Lei Loyan had taken its own life, although this has never been confirmed.
Oh, wait, hold up. Realistically, that could have just been some dude with mental problems. And then he just walked in nature because that like helped calm everything down. But since everyone was trying to find stuff out about him, oh damn, he couldn't do that anymore because he just get like harassed or pestered. And people just, oh no. I'm hoping bro is okay. I hope bro is doing well, but I can understand where he's coming from, you know? Like from his or her perspective.
As of 2024, nobody has ever seen Lei Loyan's true face, and many people have theorized that the figure was possibly a woman with a facial disfiguration who didn't want people to see her, which is...
Oh, or her perspective. I don't know anymore, man. I've already stepped on like 5 different landmines in this video. I can't lie, but damn. Oh, she could have had a facial oh, I feel bad for like her or whatever person. I feel bad for the person, man, because everyone's a human being and they're all equal, no matter if they have a disfigured face or whatever. Damn, did I just break you guys' ears when I said that? Down. I apologize if I did, but it's like that story is like really sad though, you know. That story is just so sad. Alright, let's continue.
Is supposedly why she wore the gas mask. But this line of reasoning will probably remain unconfirmed forever. The Bunny Man. In the early 70s, dozens of locals...
I don't like names like that because I feel like those types of names are always like the creepiest types of names. And it's again in the 1900s. 1900s is such a creepy era for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
Started reporting that a man dressed up as a bunny had started haunting the residential neighborhoods around DC, Maryland, and Northern Virginia. Although dressing up as a bunny in itself seems pretty harmless, what made the encounters a little scarier was that the guy would allegedly threaten children on the street with an axe and frequently vandalize people's property for no apparent reason. Even though sightings of the so-called Bunny Man were pretty rare, they seemed to follow a pattern, as the man usually appeared in secluded locations where there weren't a lot of witnesses. The story itself has a lot of elements of a typical urban legend and is kind of hard to believe, but through my research I found that it's all loosely based on a true story. In 1970, a couple was parked in a driveway close to a bridge on Colchester Road in Fairfax County when suddenly a random guy appeared out of nowhere, yelled at them for allegedly trespassing, and threw a hatchet at their car. Terrified, the couple left the area immediately before they had a chance to get a good look at the guy. As they reported the incident to the police, they mentioned the guy had been dressed in light-colored clothing and may or may not have been wearing something white on his head. Although the couple never mentioned anything about a bunny in their statement, as soon as the story hit the news, people started claiming that the hatchet thrower had been wearing bunny ears. Pretty soon, rumors of a man in a bunny suit threatening kids in the woods with a hatchet started surfacing all over the DMV area, and as the years went by, the stories got wilder and harder to believe. Over time, the legend of the Bunny Man has become pretty mainstream with the...
I can't lie, bro. If I saw that as a kid, I would run the other way. I'd be like, what's happening? I do not trust that person. I've seen too many horror films. I'm good. I'm good. Is that so bad to say? Like, is that genuinely that bad to say? I'm not walking up to that. Even as an adult. Even as an adult. I'll probably just walk around it, but I create some distance. You know what I'm saying? I create some distance from the person wearing the bunny outfit. Because I'd be like, what if I don't trust bro? I don't trust anyone who could just... Bro has... Nah. I don't know, man. You gotta be like different breed to wear that. I might. I'm pretty weird. I low-key might wear that. Not this specifically, but I'd wear some dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'd wear some dumb shit. Like, I don't know. I remember one time. Nah, I can't be saying that. Nah, I can't be saying that. Should I say that? Okay, yeah, we'll say it. We'll say it. I don't really care. My friend was wearing went out in a Spider-Man outfit, right? And he's like, "Oh, I beg someone come with me," because he wanted to go outside, but he was too scared to go outside alone. So I went outside with him in his Spider-Man costume and walked around the city. We didn't realize this at the time, but his bulge was noticeable. You know what I'm saying? And then some group of homeless people, bro, just come up to him and start making fun of him, bro, mocking him, taking the piss out of him. Bro, they were just fucking... They're like, oh, we can say that, boy. Yeah, we can see that. Like, shit. Like, I can't back. Like, I can't save him. If a fight happens, I'll back him up. But I can't back him up like just from like verbs, like verbal like contact. Like, yeah, can't lie. Should have realized that there was a bulge, bro. You could. Like, don't get me wrong, it wasn't like detailed or anything, but like it was noticeable enough. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Bro, like, play the video. I don't know why I'm talking about this story. Let's play the video.
Bridge on Colchester Road, even being renamed as Bunnyman Bridge. As of the uploading of this video, the legend has now been standardized and goes something like this.
Okay.
In 1904, there was allegedly an asylum close to the bridge on Colchester Road. As soon as it was built, a bunch of Fairfax County residents started complaining about the idea of having an asylum full of mental patients so close to their homes, so the authorities supposedly put all the patients in a bus and transferred them to a nearby prison. Sure. But on the way to the prison, the bus crashed and all the patients escaped.
Okay. I swear, that's just something out of a movie, bro. But if it did happen, then scary. Imagine like there's just 50 mental patients from an asylum, a mental asylum, walking outside, going loose to do whatever they want to do in your city, and it's like a smaller city. Imagine. I'm just saying, a lot of stuff can happen in that time.
As the story goes, a few hours later the cops had successfully located and brought back all the patients except for one guy by the name of Douglas Griffin.
All of them? I was like, what? There's bound to be one that escapes with that many people because you're like spread out and everything. Yeah.
This is where the legend gets a little weird. Allegedly, the fugitive patient hid in the woods from the authorities for weeks. As the days went by and the cops did everything to find him, rabbit corpses started to appear in the middle of the woods, which led everyone to believe Douglas was eating bunnies to stay alive.
I heard about this.
Then one Halloween night...
I have heard about this bunny man person. I have heard about it.
A group of kids were hanging out near the bridge on Colchester Road when they suddenly saw a blue orb flashing in midair.
Did not hear about the blue orb. I heard a different story, maybe.
A second later, they were all strung up like bunnies hanging from the bridge.
Whoa. Whoa, I heard a completely different story. Like the bridge, yeah, but I heard about like bunny corpses hanging down from the bridge. That was the version I heard about. I did not hear about any kids being strung up like bunnies. You get me? I don't know.
As the
What
legend
just
goes, if
happened there.
you go to Bunnyman Bridge on Halloween night at midnight, the same thing will happen to you. Obviously, none of this is true, but it just goes to show how much of an impact the story of the Bunnyman has had on mainstream Virginia, DC, and Maryland culture.
That's weird.
Nowadays, there's even Bunnyman t-shirts, a Bunnyman horror movie franchise, Bunnyman beer, and everything in between.
Bunnyman beer. Okay, man.
Needless to say, the area surrounding the railroad overpass near Fairfax Station is now a major attraction for...
Bro, imagine drinking beer with the story that says, oh yeah, I'm gonna string kids up like bunnies. And that's the beer you're buying. If it works, it works. If it sells, it sells. Is Bunnyman beer still a thing? I need to make sure there's nothing weird on here. Bunnyman beer. I put Bunnyman bear. It's a thing. 4.8 stars. Okay, fair play. You know what? They're marketing it well. Like if they put a bunny, like an actual bunny pic, you know what? It actually could work. Yeah. Fair play. Fair play. Bunnyman beer. Okay. It is a thing.
Both tourists and locals alike, and will probably remain that way for many years.
That was an interesting video, man. That was interesting. Which one would I think is the scariest? War Thunder's pretty scary, I ain't even gonna lie. But I'd say Cropsy. Main Hermit, bro, was just surviving. Purple Owl, it's a sad story, but it's not the scariest, you know what I'm saying? Lelone, that's a very sad story, bro. Like you could make a really good, like, you could make some good media out of it, you know? I think the Bunnyman was the scariest, you know? Nah, it's not. Bunnyman isn't scary. What am I talking about? It's Cropsy, bro. Cropsy is the scariest one. I'm not gonna lie. Cropsy is just... the fact that it's real as well. That's documentary worthy. I'm sure there's a documentary out there. But yeah. Chilling Scare. Good video. I'll subscribe to you, bro. Check Chilling Scares out. If you're into some stuff, you know, and then I can't speak. Big sad, but yeah, nice. And I didn't think I'd get this far. What do I do? Oh no, I'm scared. Yo, peace out.